I'd like to call to order the May 15th, 2025 board education meeting. Sorry, lots of people are. Welcome, everybody. Good evening. Big night tonight. Can we all stand for the pledge, please?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Ansler?
Here.
Mr. Dackler?
Here.
Mrs. Genner? Here. Mr. Mowry?
Here.
Mrs. Neese? Here. Ms. McGowan? Mrs. Ofubar? Mr. Prince?
Here.
And Mrs. Stockers? Here. Mrs. Hiller present, and Mr. Holman?
Here. Do I have a motion to approve meeting opening items C through H? So moved. Second. First by Maurer, second by Ambler.
Mr. Dackler?
Nope. We're going to go through.
Go ahead.
Okay. Adoption, item C, adoption agenda, normal. D, reading. Approval of minutes, all that is business as usual. F is approval of financial reports. Do we have anything? Comments there, questions? Next is the big moment here. We got the recognition of all of our retirees. We have a lot this evening. We have a total of 642 years and a half of service retiring. So that is that's amazing, and thank all of you guys. So we will get started on that. If anybody else has anything to say.
Would we call your name? We have a resolution to read for you, so we'd like to have you come up here and stand by the podium, and we'd like to read the resolution for you. And then 10 years or more, we have bells as well. And then once we do that, if you'd like to say something to everyone, some words of wisdom to everyone here tonight, feel free to do that. And then you and all of your guests can come on over here, and we'd like to get a picture as you as well. And then as we take a picture over here, the next board member will start the next retiree to come forward.
Okay, first we have Leanne Atkinson. This letter of appreciation, this resolution of appreciation, whereas Leanne Atkinson has rendered 30 6/10 years of service to Miamisburg City Schools, and whereas Leanne Atkinson's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty as exemplified the highest level of achievement, and whereas Leanne Atkinson has distinguished herself as a bus driver in the Miamisburg City School District, now therefore be it resolved that the Miamisburg City School Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of said Board of Education dated May 15th, 2025. Congratulations.
All right, any words of wisdom?
Oh, well, we're lucky to have Steve. He sweat like I did today.
I know, don't get too close.
Yeah, we don't have time to go home and clean up much, but it's just been a very rewarding job for me, and there wasn't anything I didn't like about it. Probably the last few years, just the heat bothered me more than anything. But everything just was a good, good thing that happened. Meeting all the children, and I made some very good friends. And one of my friends is with me today that she went through this 10 years ago, so she volunteered to pick me up and bring me here today. So thank you all.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
Next, we have Angie Davis.
Resolution of appreciation. Whereas Angie Davis has rendered 30 years service to Miamisburg City Schools, and whereas Angie Davis's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement. And whereas Angie Davis has distinguished herself as a special education assistant in the Miamisburg City School District. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Miamisburg City Schools Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of said Board of Education, May 15, 2025.
Been 30 years living and learning. Thank you.
Angie, do you have any words of wisdom?
I'm not one to give a speech, but it's been 30 years. I love loving my job, and I'm ready to rest.
Next, we have Gina Elson.
Resolution of appreciation. Whereas Gina Elson has rendered 32 3/10 years service to Miamisburg City Schools, and whereas Gina Elson's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement, and whereas Gina Elson has distinguished herself as a classroom teacher, mentor teacher, student council advisor, newspaper advisor, science coach, and bird's eye view coordinator in the Miamisburg City School District. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Miamisburg City Schools Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of said Board of Education on May 15th, 2025.
Thank you.
Words of wisdom.
Well, every year that I fill out my intentions for the following year, I always write on there, since year one, I love my job. I can't believe I got paid to do what I got to do. So I'm very grateful to this district for being with me throughout growing up, really.
Every year you put that on there.
I do, every single
every
year.
year.
And I did this year too, but this kind of came quick. So thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Gina, if your family wants to come.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Next, we have Deborah Fox.
Resolution of appreciation. Whereas Deborah Fox has rendered 30 years service to Miamisburg City Schools, And whereas Deborah Fox's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement. And whereas Deborah Fox has distinguished herself as a transportation assistant, facility monitor, special education aide, monitor, and substitute in the Miamisburg City School District now. Therefore, be it resolved that the Miamisburg City Schools Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of said Board of Education. May 15th, 2025.
Thank you. When I came to the schools, I wanted to drive a bus, and I was unable to. And Donnie Logan tricked me. She asked me if I would ride a bus to help for just a week. And I met my kids and fell in love, and that was 30 years ago. So it's all Donnie Logan's fault.
Next, we have Dale Geyer. Resolution of appreciation. Whereas Dale Geyer has rendered 32 years of service to the Miamisburg City Schools. And whereas Dale Geyer's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out his duty has exemplified himself in the highest level of achievement. And whereas Dale Geyer's distinguished himself as a principal, assistant principal, and teacher in the Miamisburg School District, now therefore be it resolved that the Miamisburg City School Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for its outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of the said Board of Education dated May 15th, 2025. Congratulations.
Cards, of course. Just thanks to my wife, of course, Shannon. Without her unwavering support, you couldn't do this job. Jeez. Everyone choked up. My students, staff, and families for all of their support throughout the years. My staff in multiple buildings, my staff that have come and gone, and hopefully stay with me a long time. And then I've always found that if you're proactive and lead with morals, high morals, that the students and student-centered learning will always come first. So thanks to everybody.
Next, we have Colleen Heron Shade. Colleen was my 6th grade math teacher. Resolution of appreciation. Whereas Colleen Heron Shade has rendered 32 years of service to the Miamisburg City Schools, and whereas Colleen Heron Shade performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement, and whereas Colleen Heron Shade has distinguished herself as a teacher and a substitute teacher in the Miamisburg City School District. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Miamisburg City School Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of said Board of Education on May 15, 2025. Congratulations.
say anything? You want to say anything?
I just appreciate all the people that have touched my life while I've been teaching, teachers, students, principals, parents, everyone. So I thank you very much.
Next, we have Amy James.
Resolution of appreciation. Whereas Amy James has rendered 20 years service to Miamisburg City Schools, and whereas Amy James' performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement, and whereas Amy James has distinguished herself as a preschool teacher and high school guidance counselor in the Miamisburg City School District, now, therefore, be it resolved that the Miamisburg City Schools Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of said Board of Education, May 15th, 2025.
I don't really have any words of wisdom, but I appreciate Miamisburg City Schools. All three of my children went all through school here, and they're all adults with their own jobs. They support themselves, and I also appreciate our supervisor at the preschool, Sarah Busick. She's very supportive. Thank you.
Next, we have Diana Jensen.
This resolution of appreciation is for Diana Jensen, who has rendered 22 years of service to the Miamisburg City Schools. And whereas Diana Jensen's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement, and whereas Diana Jensen has distinguished herself as a substitute and paraprofessional in the Miamisburg City School District, now therefore be it resolved that the Miamisburg City Schools Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent meeting minutes of said Board of Education meeting on May 15, 2025. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I just want to say that I love my job. I've loved the kids over the years, and I'm going to miss them a lot.
Next, we have Diane Laylas.
Resolution of appreciation. Whereas Diane Lalos has rendered 23 8/10 years service to Miamisburg City Schools, and whereas Diane Lalos' performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement, and whereas Diane Lalos has distinguished herself as a classroom teacher and substitute teacher in the Miamisburg City School District, now resolved that the Miamisburg City School Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of said Board of Education. May 15, 2025.
I just want to say thank you to my family, thank you to Miamisburg City Schools. It seems just like yesterday that I came here and applied. I can still remember that whole day, and my daughter Christine was with me in hand, and I started doing long-term subbing, and now Christine gets to work for the district, so I'm very happy, so I'll still stay connected. And the years have just went by fast, and I'm going to miss the kids. And pretty much have been at 2 schools, Bauer, Kinder, and back full circle at Bauer. And so, thank you, everybody.
Next, we have Mary Miracle. Resolution of appreciation, whereas Mary Miracle has rendered 10 2/3 years service to Miamisburg schools, and whereas Mary Miracle's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duties has exemplified the highest level of achievement, and whereas Mary Miracle has distinguished herself as a food service employee in the Miamisburg City School District. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Miamisburg City School Board of Education passes this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of said Board of Education meeting May 15, 2025.
I'm going to miss the children, of course, and the 2 ladies I work with. So I appreciate it very much. Thank
you. Next, we have Missy Mitchell.
Missy's not here tonight, but I can read her resolution. Okay.
Melissa Mitchell has rendered 34 years service to Miamisburg City Schools, and Melissa Mitchell's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement. And whereas Melissa Mitchell has distinguished herself as an elementary school counselor, mentor teacher, high school English teacher, class advisor, cheer coach, and softball coach in the Miamisburg City School District. Now therefore be it resolved that the Miamisburg City School Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent meeting minutes of said Board of Education meeting on May 15, 2025.
Missy is at one of her kids' events this evening, so we will visit her building and get that to her next week.
Next, we have Brian Myers. Just for the record, he was also my 6th grade gym teacher. resolution of appreciation, whereas Brian Myers has rendered 34 years of service to the Miamisburg City Schools. And whereas Brian Myers' performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out his duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement. And whereas Brian Myers has distinguished himself as a teacher, site manager, coach of Miamisburg football, softball, basketball, golf in the Miamisburg City School District, now therefore be it resolved that the Miamisburg City Schools Board of Education pass this resolution of its token of appreciation for his outstanding conduct, and that such resolution be part of the permanent minutes of the said Board of Education dated May 15th, 2025. Congratulations, Brian.
My words of wisdom would have been that if I'd have known you had to read all that, I wouldn't have put it on there. No, you know, having the opportunity to work with kids, you know, is just I don't know, it's a blessing. It's amazing what you go through and what you see and what you get to experience with the kids, and it's super rewarding when kids come back to you as they grow older. And you know, there's a lot of people in this room that I taught, and a lot of people in here that I coached, and when you see them come back doing well, and you know, it makes it all worthwhile. And so I love Miamisburg, and I love this district, and I'm a Miamisburger through and through, so I've loved every second of it. I'll miss it. So thank you. Sorry.
Next, we have his better half, Carla Myers. Resolution of appreciation, whereas Carla Myers has rendered 32 years of service to the Miamisburg City Schools. And whereas Carla Myers' performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement. And whereas Carla Myers has distinguished herself as a teacher in the Miamisburg City School District, now therefore be it resolved that the said Board of Education pass this resolution of a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of the said Board of Education dated May 15th, 2025. Congratulations, Carla.
Words of wisdom. I don't know if I have any words of wisdom, but I want to thank you guys for allowing us to come and teach Miamisburg. Going to Miamisburg, graduating from Miamisburg, living in Miamisburg, having our own students or our own kids as students in our classroom was really, really cool. Once Miamisburger, always Miamisburger. We love Miamisburg and always Viking. So don't blink your eyes. 32 years goes by really fast. So thank you. Thank you.
Next, we have Reva Pittman.
Jen, you're going to read a resolution. Visit her next week, so.
Resolution of appreciation. Whereas Reva Pittman has rendered 33 years service to Miamisburg City Schools, and whereas Reva Pittman's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duties has exemplified the highest level of achievement, and whereas Reva Pittman has distinguished herself as an athletic administrative assistant, high school administrative assistant, textbook clerk, study hall monitor, playground monitor, and substitute in the Miamisburg City School District, now therefore be it resolved that the Miamisburg City Schools Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of said Board of Education. May 15th, 2025.
Ms. Pittman is not here. Next we have Anthony Ross.
We'll read it and we will go visit him in his classroom. So.
Mr. Ross was also one of my teachers. Resolution of appreciation. Whereas Anthony Ross has rendered 32 6/10 years service at Miamisburg City Schools, and whereas Anthony Ross's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out his duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement, and whereas Anthony Ross has distinguished himself as a teacher, department chair, site manager, and coach of bowling, golf, football, and track in the Miamisburg City School District. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Miamisburg City School Board of Education passes this resolution as a token of its appreciation for his outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of said Board of Education meeting on May 15th, 2025. Next, we have Beth Sharkey.
Beth emailed us and said she's not going to be here, so we are going to visit her at transportation tomorrow morning and deliver her stuff. So.
Resolution of appreciation. Whereas Beth Sharkey has rendered 26 6/10 years service to Miamisburg City Schools, and whereas Beth Sharkey's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement, and whereas Beth Sharkey has distinguished herself as a bus driver in the Miamisburg City School District. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Miamisburg City Schools Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of said Board of Education, May 15th, 2025.
Next, we have Sue Schock.
Sue is not here tonight, so we are going to deliver hers in person to her next week.
Who's got Sue?
We have a different one for her, so go ahead and go to the next one.
Gotcha. Next, we have Myra Stemfly.
Close.
Sorry about that.
No, it's difficult. It's Stemfly. It's very challenging. It's new to me too. So wow, I don't know if I'm last or almost, but I knew almost every single person retiring tonight pretty well. Like, I've obviously been doing this a very long time. So what a great group of people to be retiring with. I just love Miamisburg so very much. I've only been here 25 years, so I'm kind of a newbie, you know. But what a wonderful community. I love it here, and can't say enough good things. My kids, had 2 kids go through the district, both doing very well. Some of them had teachers that are sitting right there. Yeah, I probably should wrap this up, but I want to thank my mom for being here tonight with me, my biggest cheerleader, and I want to thank my husband, Mr. Stemfly. I'm just kidding. All right. Thank you. Oh, they gotta read the thing? Oh, I was so excited. Okay, sorry, the thing. Okay.
A resolution of appreciation. Whereas Myra Stemfly has rendered 32 years service to Miamisburg City Schools, and whereas Myra Stemfly's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement, and whereas Myra Stemfly has distinguished herself as a teacher in the Miamisburg City School District, now, therefore, it be it resolved that the Miamisburg City Schools Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent minutes of said Board of Education, May 15, 2025.
Next, we have Lisa White. She is not here, and we will make sure she gets her resolution.
Lisa White has rendered 17 years service to Miamisburg City Schools, and Lisa White's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement. And whereas Lisa White has distinguished herself as a language arts teacher and a substitute teacher in the Miamisburg City School District. Now therefore be it resolved that the Miamisburg City Schools Board of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for Lisa's outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent meeting minutes of said Board of Education meeting, May 15, 2025.
Last but not least, Eileen Zeck.
Eileen Zeck has rendered 36 years service to Miamisburg City Schools. And whereas Eileen Zeck's performance, conduct, and sincerity in carrying out her duty has exemplified the highest level of achievement, and whereas Eileen Zeck has distinguished herself as a gifted teacher and classroom teacher in the Miamisburg City School District, now therefore be it resolved that the Miamisburg City Schools Boards of Education pass this resolution as a token of its appreciation for her outstanding conduct, and that such resolution become part of the permanent meeting minutes of said Board of Education meeting, May 15, 2025. Congratulations.
I really don't want to say anything. It's funny how teachers, we don't mind talking in our classrooms, but out anywhere else is totally out of our comfort zone. But the days are long, but the years truly are short. And 36 years have just really flown by. So thanks, everybody.
Congratulations. Good luck to you.
I would just like to state once again that that was 642 years and a half of service here for the district. Can we get one more round of applause for everybody? Thank you. Yeah. Anybody is welcome to leave unless you want to stay and be entertained with the rest of the board meeting. That would be fine too.
We're going to move on to the Student of the Month and the other recognition. So,
all right. Item H, we got recognition of citizen, staff, and student. We will start with the April Student of the Month. Miamisburg City Schools, April District Student of the Month is Jane Chance Intermediate Student Yara Elyon. Yara was nominated by her special area teachers, Jessica Lay, Sarah Hortzman, Stephanie Penrod, and Scott Toadvine. They said We proudly nominate Yara for Student of the Month for exemplifying creativity, leadership, and a spirit that lifts our school community. At Jane Chance Intermediate, we value students to use their creativity not just to think outside the box, but to build new ones entirely. Yara embodies the true spirit of creativity, using imagination, critical thinking, and a fresh perspective to solve problems, support her peers, and contribute meaningfully to our school community. Through innovative ideas and thoughtful actions, she helps make her classroom more collaborative, engaging, and inspiring to all. In STEM class, Yara shines as a quiet powerhouse. Her soft-spoken nature is paired with strong leadership and razor-sharp critical thinking, helping her team problem solve, persevere, and grow through every challenge. She leads with kindness, focus, and a clear drive for success. With over 150 levels completed in Yeti typing, she's goal-oriented, detail-driven, and a true team player. She doesn't just meet expectations, she inspires others to rise with her. In physical education, Yara is a role model for other students to look up to. She follows our classroom routines flawlessly, works well with partners, small groups or teams, and encourages other students to do their best during lesson activities. It has been a pleasure to get to know her and teach her this school year. The sky's the limit for Yara. Mrs. Hortzman, PE teacher. Yara is a wonderful student to have in music. She quietly leads her fellow students to always be respected and stay on task. I can always count on Yara to be actively engaged in our music activities. It has been such a pleasure to be her teacher and to watch her grow over the years. I can't wait to see what amazing things she accomplishes in the future. Mrs. Penrod, music teacher. In art class, Yara is not only a skilled artist, but also a fantastic example of a student leader who does the right thing. Even when no one is looking, she is very kind and respectful to everyone she encounters at JCIS, and including students, teachers, and other adults in the building. Yara's positive attitude and strong work ethic make her a great role model when it comes to learning alongside other fellow Vikings. Mr. Toadvine, art teacher. On behalf of the special area teachers, we are proud to nominate Yara, a quiet spark plug with big ideas who turns challenges into chances and teamwork into triumph. She is kind and creative force that makes Jane Chance shine. So congratulations, Miss Yara.
Yara was not able to be with us tonight, but Mr. Geyer, can you bring her goodies back with you and award her tomorrow, please? Thank you.
Our other April Student of the Month building representatives include Bauer Primary School, Savannah Hazlett, Bear Primary School, Harmony Fowler, Kinder Intermediate School, Jediah Bush, Maddox Lane Preschool, Andrew Keitzer, Mark Twain Primary School, Kane Gridley, Meadowview Primary School, Gabriella Duggar, Mound Intermediate School, Sawyer Jones, Miamisburg Middle School, Dexter Clary, and Miamisburg High School, Abigail Berlin. So congratulations to all the April Student of the Month.
We are also going to do the May Student of the Month.
Sooner or later, I'll stop talking. I'm trying to go over to you. But the May Student of the Month, Miamisburg Schools May District Student of the Month is Mark Twain Primary Student Phoebe Woolridge. Phoebe was nominated by Kelly Lee Martin. She said Phoebe exemplifies a number of characteristics to be our Student of the Month. She is an all-around outstanding student. Phoebe has been a school morning announcer this year and embraced the opportunity to show off her creative side as we have fine-tuned announcements. I think maybe we should have just had you do this announcement. Due to the new grade banding schools, second graders took on reading announcements daily and has been a model anchor for hosting Good Morning Mark Twain. Phoebe has also selected to become a principal this year. While being a principal, Phoebe has become a creative ideas for our school to implement as we discuss spirit days and school-wide projects. She shared her creative ideas and was open to listening to other students' perspectives. Phoebe takes her creativity and applies it to her classwork. She models character qualities of respect and responsibility. She also demonstrates empathy and is supportive of others. Phoebe encourages classmates to develop their skills and passions as she has a positive growth mindset and uses this to motivate others. Phoebe also takes time to convey to others that they are capable of doing hard things and expresses confidence in her peers, especially as they are hosting morning announcements. She carries on a positive and contagious energy, and I know she will continue to flourish as a leader in our schools. For these reasons and many more, I am nominating Phoebe as May Student of the Month for Mark Twain Primary School.
The education here is a t-shirt and a medallion. And you're welcome. And who did you bring with you this evening?
My parents and my grandparents.
Oh. What about your sister? Is that your little sister back there too? Okay. What grade is she in?
Well, I have two. One's in preschool and one's in kindergarten.
Oh my goodness. And what about from Mark Twain? Anybody special you recognize tonight?
Miss Jones, Mrs. Jones, Miss Cole, and Miss Lee Marker.
Well, congratulations. You want to shake everybody's hand? You're welcome. Shake everyone's hand. And then you guys want to go over and do a picture. You want to get a picture?
As they're getting their recognition and pictures, and I will go ahead and read the other May Student of the Month representatives for the following schools. Bauer Primary School was Joshua Ruiz. Bayer Primary School was Tommy Baker. Jane Chance Intermediate School, Lamonte Smith. Kinder Intermediate School, Hudson Throckmorton. Maddox Lane Preschool, Nora Pearson. Meadowview Primary School, Willow Williams. Mound Intermediate School, Brooklyn Breckler. Miamisburg Middle School, Kane Bush. And Miamisburg High School was Josie Ward. So congratulations to the May Students of the Month as well as the April Students of the Month.
Next, we have the 24-25 Education Excellence Award recipients. And our photographer, Miss Stacy Moore, is going to take care of this item.
And I am. And they probably don't need it, but. So the Miamisburg Schools Education Foundation is a nonprofit organization that partners with the school district on multiple things. However, the foundation provides annual scholarships to our graduates. Just a couple of weeks ago, we provided 57 scholarships worth over $87,000. We sponsor the Teacher Mini Grant projects in partnership with the Board of Education. The foundation is run by a board of trustees of community members, and 2 years ago they decided they wanted to start honoring staff that excel in the classrooms or in our buildings, as well as students. So this is the second year that the foundation, Miamisburg Schools Education Foundation, has provided the Education Excellence Awards. There is one staff member and one student from every building that has been chosen to receive this award. The staff members are nominated by their peers, and then the students were chosen by the school year student of the month. We have some of our award winners here tonight. So when I call your name, our Miamisburg Schools Education Foundation President, Kathy Sperry, is here to represent the foundation. If you'll come up and we'll get a picture. In every school building, there is a plaque that honors the staff recipient and the student recipient. The plaques are being updated as we speak at Awards of Excellence. So when the school year starts, you will see the new recipients' pictures up and their names on the plaques in the buildings. Now I need my glasses. I think overnight my eyes got old. For Maddox Lang, our staff member was Shelby Myers, student Sutton Thompson. Bauer Elementary, staff members Jamie Bales and student Kinza Chiwali. We can stand over there with Mrs. Bales. She's coming. Bear Elementary, staff members Melinda Markland. And the student was Finley Carmack. Jane Chance Elementary staff member recipient is Elizabeth Rose. And student Riley McCluskey. Kinder Elementary staff recipient Carrie Schlub. And student Savannah Coe. Mark Twain, staff member Lisa Jones, and student Kennedy Bennix. Medlar View is unique. We had a staff member submit a team of staff members, and so the foundation said, are we allowed to do that? And we said, it's our own award. We can do whatever we want. So, Medlar View has a team, Krista Leggett, Stevie Roddy, Nicole Zanowick-Smith, and Willie Rice. Student at Medlar View was Hunter Pennington. Now staff members Dee Dee Andrix and student Cameron Harper. Miamisburg, this is a large group. Miamisburg Middle School staff member Barb Goralski. And student Jace Shell. And Miamisburg High School staff member Glenda Mesta and student Ryla Ziering. Thank you.
We'll have the adults kind of get over here, and then we'll have the students in front. How's that sound? Okay, now squeeze together, right, Stacy? Yes. Yeah. Ready, smile. Say excellent. Hold on, I think there's some more pictures there. Yeah, I can't get up and go. Hold on, still taking pictures. Lots of pictures. Hold on, still some pictures. We still see a camera here, making sure everyone good. A big round of applause for
Congratulations, everybody, and you are free to go unless you want to stay and be entertained by the wonderful Board of Education. Can I get a roll call, please?
Mr. Dassler?
Yes.
Ms. Getter? Yes. Mr. Mallory?
Yes.
Ms. City? Yes. Mr. Ansler?
Yes.
running away. What?
Next, we have public comments. I did not have any green sheets, so we will go and we will move on to board discussion. And we'll start with the 5-year forecast.
I'm going to try not to feel like I'm screaming real quick to get through this, but I do feel like I'm screaming, so ignore me a little bit. Do you have the attachment for the forecast to open up? I think it's actually below in the forecast part. It's in the financial items. Just the forecast page. So since we've done our large meeting where we went over the master plan and we dug and dug and dug into the details of everything that we were building behind this forecast, this is just the May update. The only thing that have changed for us here is the outlook on our expenditures that we know of at this point, and that was our result of our negotiations. So the results of the negotiations have played a factor into the numbers that are reflected on this forecast. What I want to note for you is I did not include any revenue changes when it comes to the House version and the governor's version of the state funding. Those are not reflected in here. I left them flat for that purpose, and that's noted in my assumptions. It's hard for districts to include something that doesn't exist yet, and when you take the range of the difference of those two budgets and put them in there, you're looking at two complete different scenarios, and we're not going to forecast by that at this point. So as they work through those budget details and get through that, this will look different when you see it next time, and it'll reflect the decision that's made with those budgets. Just to highlight what those budgets are looking like, the governor's version is just a reduction of $1.5 million the first year and a reduction of $389,000 the second year. And then you have the House version, which is completely in the air right now and changing daily. We've got a 30% cash balance on hand that's in play that could change to 50% cash balance in hand that's in play. We don't know which one they're going to choose just yet. But what that does is if you have that 30% cash balance, then they're going to reduce the amount of revenue that you receive from your property tax side by the difference of that. So you're going to take a cut. It's going to be in a different situation, and it's going to look different. What's going to happen is you're going to feel that cut for only half the year, and then say you roll into the next year and you're below the 30%, you're still going to face the remainder of that reduction that second half of that year. So you're looking at a lot of school districts, if that was the route that they go, a lot of school districts are going to have to levy no matter what, because these cash balances are just going to tank. I'm not, again, going to reflect that in this forecast. Right now what you're looking at is just our current situation of what we know. This year we planned to end in a $1.5 million deficit. However, we're currently beating that deficit by about $3.8 million as of the end of last month. So we're just pushing towards that. We've got some PCRs to pull some more cash in. We're going to close out all our expenditures. Things are going to close up here within the next 2 months, and we're going to see a live version of what's going on here. For the next year, we're looking at a $4.7 million deficit. The deficit does rise across the board. You're watching it compound pretty quickly here, with the cash balance being negative in 2029. So we're still looking at possible, however the board wants to look at this next year, you're looking at new income, or you're looking at reductions, or you're looking at ways to make those cost savings decisions come next year no matter what we do, which was also occurring in the last version of the forecast. So we're still in line with facing that in 2026. Something else you're not seeing in this forecast is also the attrition. So whatever happens with the folks that are retiring, and when we start to look at making those decisions and who we don't need to replace or who we can get by with or where we can make those decisions at, that's not reflected in here as well. So know that there is room for progress here. This isn't stuck in glue, panic moment. There's room to make changes, and there's time to work. And I think this is just time when we start to work. So that's just the overall version of that forecast for you. The assumptions, again, are tied behind it. and that's down later in the next section, but you should have copies of those in your board packets. If you have questions of those, let me know. Again, they explain every line item that's included in the forecast. Again, not much changing except for our negotiations agreements that we've come to, and those are highlighted in there as well. Any questions? You're welcome. I know it's not as in-depth as our master plan, but that was a really, really big kind of set the tone, and this is just the mid changes that we know right now that we're living off of. So,
I have one question that kind of moves forward a little bit. This time last year, Mr. Blevins, I believe he was still here. Was he still here?
Yeah.
He had given me a cost and income analysis of our preschool efforts.
Yeah.
And the data that he showed me showed that we received on an annual basis around $700,000 for that effort, and our annual spend was over $1 million in addition to what we take in. And Steve had said that you were going to look at adjusting those dues to try to offset that. What have we done to offset that over the last year?
When you say dues, what are you? Oh,
preschool tuition.
The cost per student is 10, 11 grand, and we're charging 1,000.
for the tuition? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that the board has to decide if they want to raise that tuition cost, to vote that in to do the balance of it. And that would be something that we'd have to take a look at and run figures if we choose to, increase it, increase it each year. But that's a discussion that we can run numbers on.
At the meetings the state representatives had about funding at DESC, have we been attending those?
I attend all the funding meetings.
No, the next time you do, if you would, to put in their ear, preschool is a necessary thing for our IEP students, certainly, and I think it's a benefit for the rest of our students that's very worthwhile, but we have to pay for it.
Correct.
And we're being put in a situation right now where we have to take over $1 million in K-12 funding to subsidize it for it to even exist. And with a deficit like this, that is one area that we don't have to have beyond the IEP student. And it would be a real shame to see something like that go away, but I would think that from a legislative point of view, they need to expand the per student kick to us to include the preschool
So
if they're going to expect that to be a robust thing.
So when we meet with the legislators and we talk about things like mandated costs that districts have to incur, however, we have to pay for them. So they're mandated things that you have to do, however, the costs incur to us. Preschool transportation, those are two big things that superintendents and treasurers do speak about to legislators. So they're well aware that, special education costs, preschool costs, transportation costs are all these mandated items that we have to supplement. So that is a topic. It is a topic, it is a constant topic, and it is an ongoing topic.
Because when I talk to them, their comment is we give you plenty of money for the IEP portion of the preschool, and and the traditional tuition is, the rise in the student rate on the traditional side, we don't receive any funding at all for those other than what the parents pay in tuition.
Well, and there's the ECE grant here that some districts don't have, so that early childhood education grant that Stacy works with there.
I guess
raising tuition is a project you can do. However, we can start that task. I just haven't had that task put, so we can do that.
I want it to be thriving, and I want it to be good, but I also want it to pencil. I want it to be fiscally responsible. I don't want to be robbing money from our K-12 income to support something that is not our K-12 education. And if there's a way to make that happen, I think it deserves merit to look at. I haven't said anything on it for over a year, but Superintendent Stacy, gosh, sorry, I drew a total blank, but I will. I'm going to plan to meet with her and go over these things because they're still in the forefront of my mind, and I want these things to be robust, but I also want to be fiscally responsible. Fiscally responsible, in my mind, is we don't spend more than we bring in.
Right. Yep, nope, that'll just be a task that Miss Stacy and I can start working on as we cross paths over the next 2 months.
Awesome, thank you.
Are there any more forecast questions? Feel free to email me if you want something more in depth. I can always answer your questions.
Next item on board discussion is the introduction of 2 new student board reps. They're not here.
Catherine Chapman and Addison Dudley, and I think you guys are going to say something about them.
I had them send me what they wanted to say in advance just in case they couldn't be here today, which I'm glad I instructed them to do. So I'm going to read Catherine's. She says, "Hi everyone, my name is Catherine Chapman, but you can call me Kate. Unfortunately, I was not able to make it tonight due to awards night for band, but I'm thrilled that I've been chosen to represent my peers along with Addison Dudley. I'm currently nearing the end of my freshman year, and this is my first year at Miamisburg High School, or Miamisburg School District. Previously, I went to Montessori School of Dayton from ages 3 to 14. I will be involved in many other activities like marching band, Hope Squad, theater, medical opportunities program, and Interact Club, just to name a few. I'm looking forward to this upcoming year to meet all of you and to better help our school and community. Again, my apologies for not being able to make it, and thank you all so much for this opportunity. Have a fantastic evening. Sincerely, Kate Chapman."
And I'm going to read Addison's. So she says, "Good evening, my name is Addison Dudley, but I go by Addie, and I'm a sophomore at Miamisburg High School, soon to be junior. I'm excited to be serving as a student board representative and want to take this opportunity to briefly introduce myself. I joined the board to be more involved in my school and to help represent the voices and concerns of my fellow students. Outside of school, I work at Bravo, and I enjoy cooking, baking, and spending time with animals. In the future, I hope to become a veterinary surgeon, as I've always had a strong passion for animal care." That's from Addison.
Awesome, can't wait to meet them and have them here. So we are going to move on next to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve consent agenda items A through H?
So moved.
Second.
That's what I said. Did I say? I got A through J wrote down.
Yep, A through J.
What did I say?
H. Sorry. Who was my?
We're already past an hour, so.
Who was my second? Mallory first. All right, go ahead.
Okay, we will start with A, which is approval of overnight extended stay for the marching band. B is approval of overnight out of state for the band. C is the approval of the 26-27 school year calendar. D is approval of the elementary and middle school fees. We did not raise those. Approval E is approval of class of 2025 early graduates. F is the approval of the class of 2025 graduates. G is approval of the district literacy plan. H is approval of student handbook revision for 25-26 school year for Maddox Lane. I is approval of resolution to adopt special education model policies and procedures. J is approval of a cell phone rate allowance. And does anybody have any questions on any of these items?
Should we not note that it's more than the marching band, there are clubs and teams that are going to be going overnight too? Should we not, so that they're...
Oh, they're in, okay.
Yeah.
Mindful basketball, girls basketball, FFA, bowling, track and field.
Mm-hmm.
All those are the...
Approved as written.
Yes, yeah, that's a good way to say it, approved is written. I just didn't want to leave that out,
Yep.
so people might question that.
The marching band and the FFA trips are for next school year. They
Okay.
just need to get them approved now so they can start their planning.
Okay.
The others are summer or state.
Stacy, tell me with the district literacy plan, you may not know this since Ms. Dobson doesn't appear to be here, but with the MAP testing and the state testing wrapping up with based on the raw data, have you seen any improvements in the third grade reading marks from last year?
We don't have the third grade, we don't have any of the ELA results yet. We just got math, science, and social studies. ELA state test come out May 21st. I had not I don't dive into the third grade ELA.
Can you make sense of it, or is it just you have to wait for it to be processed and come back to us?
We don't have any of the results, so state test data comes back May 21st, and that'll be the raw data that we see. They do the math, science, and social studies first.
Okay.
And this literacy plan, it's the same thing you guys approved last time. The state changed the template, and Amy, Katie, and I worked on a comprehensive state literacy grant, and so we needed to update our literacy plan to the new template. So it's just the same thing we did, just in a new template.
I talked to a colleague on the school board in West Carrollton that has had some good results with their young kids with some one-on-one reading in their class time. Have you guys looked at doing anything like that to help our younger kids read on grade level at a younger age? Is that?
Yeah, we transitioned to literacy specialists 2 years ago, 3 years ago, to at the elementary level, and so they are seeing students one-on-one as they are identified through MAP and Acadiance data, and providing that one-on-one or small group intensive intervention. So that just started.
As I fumbled through the reading the resolutions tonight, I was thinking I might need some help too. Thank you.
And the literacy specialists, they see these students more than once a week, correct?
Yes.
It's an ongoing basis, a scheduled time where the students meet with their literacy specialists, so the literacy specialists can monitor their progress each time they meet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they analyze the data, they come up with a plan, they provide interventions based on a certain amount of times a week, based on in minutes, and then they progress monitor every 6 to 8 weeks on the progress. Is it working? Is it not working? And they make changes.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for that comprehensive literacy plan. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, very detailed, thank you.
Do we have any more questions on the consent agenda items? A through J. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Mowry?
Yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Ansler?
Yes.
Mr. Daffler?
Yes. Next, we're going to move on to human resource items. We have quite a few items here that we're going to vote on individually. We will start with item A, the approval of personnel reports, certificated part 1. Do I have a motion to approve?
I motion to approve number 1.
I second it.
Roll call.
Mr. Mowry?
Yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Ansler?
Yes.
Mr. Daffler?
Yes.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Moving on to item B, do I have a motion to approve certificated part 2? I move for the approval of personnel reports certificated part 2.
Second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Neese?
Abstain.
Mr. Ansler?
Yes.
Mr. Daffler?
Yes.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Mowry?
Just to clarify what I'm voting on, it is this sheet, Roman numeral item 2.
Yes.
So it's the status changes that are outlined there. And the certificated personnel report.
It should be summer PD. So flip to side. It's Jason.
Right here.
It's the summer PD one.
Oh, sorry.
Professional
This says-
development.
Okay, yes. I want to know what I was voting on.
I'll try to keep up.
Good luck.
Next, we're going to move on to C. Do I have a motion for approval of personnel reports certificated part 3?
I move to recommend that we approve the following personnel report.
Second.
Mr. Ansler?
Roll call, sorry.
Mr. Daffler?
Yes.
Mrs. Getter?
Abstain.
Mr. Mowry?
Yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Moving on to D, the approval of personnel reports certificated part 4. Do I have a motion?
I move we approve certificated part 4.
Roll call.
Mr. Dappler?
Abstain.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Maury?
Yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Amsler?
Yes.
Moving on to item E, do I have a motion for approval of personnel reports certificated part 5?
I move for the approval of personnel report certificated part 5.
Second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Maury?
I abstain.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Amsler?
Yes.
Mr. Dappler?
Yes. Item F, do I have a motion for the approval of personnel report certificated part 6?
I move to approve the following personnel report, part 6.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Maury?
Again, I'm trying to figure out what I'm voting for, because which one is part 6? For Michelle and Michelle. Okay, yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Amsler?
Abstain.
Mr. Dappler?
Yes.
Ms. Getter?
Yes.
We are going to move on to G. Do I have a motion for approval of personnel reports classified part 1?
I move to approve the following personnel report.
Second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Amsler?
Yes.
Mr. Dappler?
Yes. I'm up at the next one. I'm part 2.
Oh, you're part 2, sorry.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Maury?
Sorry, I'm lost. What do I do here?
This is for regular classified, regular.
Do I have an ethics conflict in this motion?
No, you're not.
Yes.
Item H, do I have a motion to approve personnel reports classified part 2?
I move for the approval of personnel reports classified part 2.
Roll call.
Mr. Amsler?
Yes.
Mr. Dappler?
Abstain.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Maury?
Yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Next, item I, do I have a motion to approve personnel reports classified part 3?
I move that we approve classified part 3.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Dappler?
Yes.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Maury?
Abstain.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Amsler?
Yes.
Next, item G, do I have a motion for approval of personnel reports supplemental stipend certificated and classified?
So moved.
I second it.
Roll call.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Maury?
Yeah. Yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Amsler?
Yes.
Mr. Dappler?
Yes. On to item K, do I have a motion to approve Miamisburg Classroom Teacher Association agreement?
I move to approve the attached memorandum of understanding with the Miamisburg Classroom Teachers Association as presented.
I need a second.
Second.
Who said second?
Nyla.
No.
Roll call.
Mr. Maury?
Yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Amsler?
Abstain.
Mr. Dappler?
Yes.
Mrs. Getter.
Yes.
On to L. Do I have a motion to approve the administrative salary schedule for 25-26 and 26-27 school years?
I move for the approval of administrative salary schedule 2025, 26, 26, and 27 school years.
I second it.
Roll call.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Amsler?
Yes.
Mrs. Daffler? Mr. Daffler?
Yes. Yes.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Mowry?
Yes.
Just gotta laugh, you know. Just gotta laugh. Do I have a motion to approve the non-bargaining salary schedule for the 25, 26, and 26, 27 school years?
Make a motion that we approve the non-bargaining salary schedule for 25-26 and 26-27 school years. As presented.
Second.
Roll call.
I have a question. With the social worker salary schedule, you know, one of the things that I've looked at, and I brought up too, you know, that in 2019, before we had the COVID influx of money, we had 3, and now we have 10. How are we funding those now that we're no longer having the COVID money?
Yeah, it's the next one. Yeah.
Oh, that's not the,
It's not this one. This is
Oh,
the non-bargaining salary.
okay. I'll wait and ask the question again in a minute, sorry.
All right.
Give you a chance to think about it.
We have roll call.
Mr. Amsler?
Yes.
Mr. Daffler?
Abstain.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Mowry?
Yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Item N. Do I have a motion to approve social worker salary schedule for the 25, 26, and 26, 27 school year?
So moved.
Second.
No, that's the question. So before the COVID pandemic revenue that our district had, we had 3 social workers, which when I look at the state report, the average is 1 for 2,200 students. We had 3. Now I think we have 10. How are we paying for those?
We don't have 10.
We don't have 10.
Is it 9? I was just looking at the picture on social media and counting heads. There's 7? How are we paying for the 4?
See, I gave an explanation when you asked about this a year ago. I will have to go back in my drive and pull that back up again. We were contracting mental health services with an outside agency before. We've never used ESSER funds to pay for that.
Oh, I'm not saying we did, but we did use extra funds to cover other expenses, which when you're receiving money to the general fund and you receive that much money, it frees other money up. So I mean, money in, money out, wherever it came from, it's money out.
We were using a success and wellness funds that were provided to us by the governor. That was when we first started. When that ran out, we used that for 5 years. When that ran out, then we started using the restricted funding from Ohio State, our funding, state funding. There is restricted funding that are required to provide mental health services within the school system. So that restricted funding is what is used to cover the social worker salaries.
I get it, and you know, the more social workers that we can afford, the better. But when the financial forecast that Ms. Hill put in front of us, there's a lot of strain on that. And, you know, I'm just trying to understand, I mean, we could have 40 social workers as far as I'm concerned, if it pencils. And, you know, all I'm just trying to understand is how are we paying for these? They're great. You can't argue with it. They're not awesome. But it's a lot broader and a lot bigger, and we have a lot less money. And, I mean, those are just tough conversations, and I just want to understand how those are happening. That's why I'm bringing this up.
And two of those social workers provide services directly to IEP students, and those are required. We need to have those.
2, okay. 2 of the 7.
The rest provide mental health services to all the rest of our students who are struggling right now.
All right, Shane.
So not to get deep in numbers, but just concept wise here. DPIA and student wellness funds is something you can look into. Those are probably funds that she's trying to explain to you.
I'm not gonna, that's okay. I'm
You're good.
gonna jump to the minutia. I'm
Okay.
just gonna look at it from the macro, you know.
So those
From-
funds can't be used for certain things. They have to be used to affect the students with that. So if you offset paying for those salaries or those folks, I'm not sure what you would apply them to, just not being in that realm of things, but they cover the salaries of those folks. We wouldn't be able to shift those funds to much else.
And another thing, I'm curious, who told you that there were ethics conflicts in having like all the professional development stipend and everybody grouped together? Did somebody tell you that, or did you just learn that on your own?
Well, to start to go through, it was brought up that we got to make sure that we're making sure that things are separated out in terms of.
Well, the reason why I ask is you had told me that I was asking questions, so what did we do? And you gave those to me, and I self-reported that to the Ethics Commission myself because I wanted to understand if I had done something wrong. And it's not an issue if you vote for a group of people that you have a family member within. It's an issue if you vote for something that is just a cost benefit to just your family member.
Right, so like example, Chris abstained because he's receiving a financial benefit of health insurance from his wife's, but it's a negotiated agreement, you can take that in. But if it's separate, things like summer PD, if you have a sister or a child or anything like that, where it's specific to that, it's not a group.
But like for instance, and the one thing that you sent me, my stepmom, Susan Maury, was part of 52 substitutes that we approved. I mean, that's not, I didn't approve my stepmom to get a personal benefit. I approved a group of 52 people to be substitute teachers. So, I mean, I just don't want to go AWOL and go crazy with this unless we're being told by legal that we need to be. That's why I ask, did we come up with this ourselves? Because this seems kind of hard to track and like a lot of work for you.
Well, when we take a look at the ethics, when it outlines out who you can and can't vote for, whether it's a blood relative, not blood relative, step sibling, all that, that's all in an ethics outline.
Well, I understand, and being that we didn't do this before, I mean, these are crimes. I mean, what do we do with the mistakes that we've made in the past?
Well, we're fixing them. Now that we know what they are, we have to fix them.
When you read the statute, they're big crimes. They're dangerous for us. We're making $125 a month to come to this meeting, and I mean, so I appreciate your efforts. I just don't want to go crazy with it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Roll call.
Mr. Dappler?
Yes.
Mrs. Getter?
This is the social workers, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Mr. Mowry?
Yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Abstain.
Mr. Amsler?
Yes. On to O. Do I have a motion to approve the approval of Teamster salary schedule for the 25-26 and 26-27 school year?
So moved.
I second it.
Roll call.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Mowry?
Yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Amsler?
Yes.
And Mr. Dappler?
Yes. Item P. Do I have a motion to approve the hiring of school psychologist intern?
I make a motion that we approve a school psychologist intern from the University of Dayton. By the way, it says her salary will be grant funded.
Second.
Mr.
Roll
Mowry?
call.
Yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Amsler?
Yes.
Mr. Dappler?
Yes.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
I am kind of upset that I didn't make it all the way through the alphabet there. Do I have, I'm going on to agreement and contracts.
It should be much shorter at the end of the school year. It's the renews, non-renews, summer stuff, all that.
Do I have a motion to approve agreement and contracts A through J?
I move to approve items A through J.
Second.
All right, do we want to start from the top here? This is, A is an agreement with City of Miamisburg Parks and Recs.
So we do this every year where our kids in the community come and they do summer programs. This year, they're all being hosted at Mark Twain. And then we partnership with the city and provide transportation of pickups. And then we reimburse the bus mileage. That's what that MOU is for. The Premier Occupational Health, those are the centers we use for workers' comp claims. And then also first report of injuries for work. And then they are also our backup for bus driver physicals as well. Katie, you want to do C?
Endeavor Speech Therapy.
Oh, sorry, Endeavor Speech Therapy.
So we work with a contracted speech therapist to pick up some RTI extra that is, our current speech paths have extremely full caseloads, and it has been growing more each year. So this person used to work for us, but she now is in a private agency, and we picked her up for 2 days to help support their intervention efforts and relieve some of their caseloads.
This is just a sidebar, but how early can they start speech?
They start in preschool.
At preschool? Okay.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we have your most used service in preschool is speech.
Thank you.
Item D, the Broad Voice, that's a 3-year contract. They're the ones who provide our phone services, voice over IP. They are extremely competitive rating. We've been with them for multiple years. And so overall, it's supposed to be $20 less, but with all the new taxes and things that are in there, it's a little more than that. And then they are going to give us 38 months for being customers with them. We won't pay for 2 of those months, so. Assist, yeah. Yeah. And then the approval with assist services, we go ahead and put this on now if we need to transport students that we're not able to transport. And I'm very pleased this year when we've added the van drivers to our Teamsters contract. We keep getting more and more van drivers. So that is a nice big savings. And some of our transportation folks and some of our teachers that are interested in coming back doing something, but not all day. And I think we might have a couple of them interested to come back to drive vans for us next year. So the agreement with Frontline Education. Frontline Education is the portion that we use for ASOP. That's the one that calls all of our subs for teachers, and then we also use it for all of the assistants and paraprofessionals within the district. G, Tyler Technologies. We've been kind of holding off this for years until we have to bite the bullet and do it. It is going to a web-based. It used to be hosted on our server, but they're no longer offering upgrades to the server with security risks. So this will be web-based. This is the routing software we use for all of our buses, and it's also the software when parents log in at the start of the year to see their kids' bus stop times and all that. So we knew the time was coming in. Now the time is here. So
how much is it?
The first year in the install, the very first year is $53, and then the license goes to $23 per year after that.
Every year the license fees $23,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there are not very many routing softwares out there.
These software companies are getting ridiculous with that.
I know.
Somebody QuickBooks has done that too to us. It's stupid expensive every year. You used to buy the CD and load it on your computer and you owned it.
It's like Office 365. You have to do the license every year now.
H, Wright State University.
This is our annual student-teacher agreement. We do it every couple years to be able to host student teachers, things that we're required to do for them and things they're required to do for us. And then, I, Katie, I think you're I.
So I is our agreement with Warren County Educational Service Center. There's several things on there. Students who are placed at the Learning Center, at the Wellness Center, and the Social Communication Units. These would be students with extreme behavior concerns, extreme needs, things that we're not able to meet in district. So they are placed in specialized locations. So those, that is the quote for the students who are there currently. And then also we contract with Warren County for forecast, and then the second one that is on there is actually Dayton Christian. They use their federal proportionate share of their IDEA funding to cover their services that they use at the, at their location. So that contract is for their services that they'll be using the federal proportionate share. That says auxiliary fund on there, that should say federal IDEA. But in order to use those funds, we have to hold the contract because we hold the funds.
We're the pass-through.
Yep.
We're the pass-through.
Right. It doesn't even pass through, they don't even get to touch those.
Gotcha.
They're just ours.
Any other questions? Roll call?
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Amsler?
Yes.
Mr. Dackler?
Yes.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Mowry?
Yes.
Next, we're going to move on to financial items. Do I have a motion for approval of financial items A through D?
I move to approve financial items A through D.
First by Ann,
Second.
second by Nyla. Ms. Katrina?
All right, item A is approval of a transfer. That is, we did these last month, but we realized that there was the FFA fund that needed to incur a transfer as well for the fee school waivers. So that's just added in here for that purpose. Item B is the forecast that was presented to you earlier. Item C is distribution of unused funds for class of 2025. This is basically saying that once, hold on, my clicker just got lost. I lost my clicker. Once the class of 2025 is done making their payments, that 100% of that balance will move forward after all their expenses are paid. So it's not sitting in that fund, it can benefit the next class. Item D is the authorization for amendment to the appropriations and certificate of estimated resources. This is a monthly item that Miamisburg does in this manner. It's also going to reflect all of the adjustments that were made for the last bids dropped in for our grants and such. So those are on there, and that's the last part of that. Any questions?
Thank you. Roll call.
Hold on, I gotta catch back up. Mr. Amsler?
Yes.
Mr. Dackler?
Yes.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Mowry?
Yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Next item is the acceptance of donations. We have a $2,218.18 from Elizabeth and David Metzger to be used for Bauer Primary School lunch charges. Do I have a motion for the approval?
I move for the acceptance of donations.
Second.
First by Chris, second by Nyla. Roll call.
Mr. Dackler?
Yes.
Mrs. Getter? Yes. Mr. Mowry?
Yes.
Mrs. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Amsler?
Yes.
Next, we are moving on to item 10, which is information only. The next Board of Education regular meeting will be held on Thursday, June 26th. This is not a typical third Thursday, with the Records Commission meeting starting at 5:45, Miamisburg School Board of Education at this building, this location. The next one is the Local Professional Development Committee of Miamisburg City Schools will hold their 2025 meeting on the following dates: September 17th, 25, January 21st, 26, March 18th, 26, May 13th, 26. All meeting for LPDC will be held virtually during the 25-26 school year. No vote there.
Just to figure out why are we moving our meeting to the 19th to the 26th?
For the end of the year.
There was
Fiscal year.
a conflict, or there's something that
I think
we do this every year.
the
If I
district
don't.
moves.
Trying to get the books as close to
Close to
December,
before we-
because
so we don't wait till
everything's
July to go
out
over.
July 1st, so we try to go
That's cool.
as far out as we possibly can.
Fair enough.
Alrighty, next we're on to reports. Miss Molly.
I'm gonna keep this a little short.
That's,
I've already done this on Tuesday.
I would encourage everybody to keep these in the meeting comments. Sure.
I brought 8 pages.
So Miami Valley CTC was going through the same processes on Tuesday. Their 5-year budget forecast has been approved by the board. There are
are going to be changes just because the Ohio House is what it is. But we have a working model, and some of the key changes from November of '24, I have revenues and expenses and some of the points, but I'm gonna pass those in, you guys can read them when they're added to, because I don't wanna make this any longer. But I like that our treasurer kind of said what the differences are going to be and explained the difference in the two things that you were talking about earlier. The exciting part is the Miami Valley CTC is hosting their senior recognition ceremony, which is basically their graduation from CTC at UD tomorrow night at 6:30. If you can go, it is the funnest thing you'll see. It is colorful because every student wears their cap and gown from their home school. So it's a sea of color, and it's the students sing, they speak, they congratulate each other. Every different program, they get their diplomas by the teachers that teach them, and it's just amazing to see the connections between those teachers and students and how important that is, and in 2 years, what that bond that they built. So if you can go, I really recommend it.
What time is it tomorrow?
6:30. Yeah, and it's at UD. It's very well run. It's pretty easy in and out. And then the adult diploma program is at the CTC building in their multi-purpose room. It is May 22nd at 6. It is again very heartfelt because these people have come back, got a high school degree, got a certificate so that they can start doing something else with their lives. And it's pretty moving. So if you can go to either one of those, I would recommend it. The board reviewed the hiring for next year as well as honored 9 people that retired. They had an accumulation of 241 years with CTC, and they ranged from 38 years to 12 years. So that was pretty cool too. I have a student update. Ashley Bailey, Brooke Wilworth, and Lauren Homan all qualified for state in FCCLA for culinary arts, early childhood, and career connections. So they're going to state. The firefighters, I thought this was cool, and the EMS seniors had a 100% pass rate. The entire group passed. So they're all taking your state boards and they're getting their certificates. So we're all safer. And then Austin Collins and Owen Hall joined the Youth Connections, and they both earned their high school graduation requirements. And they both did it in a rapid time. So congratulations to both of them. So that's all I have.
I have nothing. Thank you and thank you. Yeah.
That's your job.
Try to create a budget, but we're not gonna tell you what to do. I mean, how frustrating.
Everybody's got it?
Next is,
Mr. Ansler.
but he already read all his.
Yes, I did all my student achievements at the beginning, so I'm good.
I don't have any district news besides graduations this weekend, and that's a big deal, and it is by far the favorite thing, my favorite thing that we do for this whole.
It's looking good. Weather's looking good.
71 windy.
It's always windy.
Good.
Okay, I
As
can
long as we're
report.
not wet, I'm good.
Yeah, I can report on the Montgomery County Drug-Free Coalition meeting that we had today. We had our live meeting today, and we met at the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. We had several presentations from the not-for-profit organizations who are assisting with mental health support and drug and alcohol recovery and sober living. Upcoming events include the Grow Blitz tomorrow night and the Back to School Bash on August the 3rd.
Sorry, Nyla, I did not mean to
I wasn't gonna let you skip it.
skip over you. We will go on to the roundtable. Ms. Molly.
Nothing. Overwhelmed.
Are you sure?
So positive.
First, I want to stop and acknowledge all the retirees. That's pretty cool. What'd you say, 600 and what years?
642 and a half.
And you said we had 8 last month. Do you remember that? You said we had 8 retirees. We had 6. So, you know, that kind of parlays to the next. You know, I want to welcome Superintendent Stacy Maney. I've gotten a chance to meet her. She went to the Gridiron Club football fundraiser to Moose and spent some time. She her and my wife ran around with the same people in their youth in the Kettering Oakwood area and had some common ground that was nice. The time I spent with her, I'm really looking forward to collaborating with you and championing some great things for our students. I think you have a great innovative vision for doing some things different. It'll be a breath of fresh air for our community. I'm very much looking forward to it, so thank you for coming tonight. To our students in DC, you know, all our chaperones, they look like they're having a great time now that it stopped raining. I got a kind of a funny story to tell. I was watching a Reds game in Corey's garage with him last night, and I was looking at Life 360 to see where my daughter was, and I told him, I was like, Aubrey's in the middle of the Potomac River. I didn't realize that they were on a dinner cruise, but all the pictures that they're posting on Instagram have been great for parents to watch and see what they're doing, and you know, the different sites that they're seeing. It's really cool, really cool. And I also want to congratulate our new Miamisburg High School cheerleaders. The sideline and the competition and the game day competition, they worked really hard. There's some new coaches there that have done a really good job. And yeah, looking forward to lots of good stuff there. So other than that, looking forward to graduation on Saturday and moving on to summer. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the retirees. Best wishes on your next adventure. And congratulations to Phoebe and Yara for being Students of the Month, and to all the Education Excellence recipients. That I didn't remember that from last year, but I think that's really awesome. I'm so excited for graduation on Saturday as these young people embark on a new life, either at college, in the military, or in a career. And I will be at the CTC graduation tomorrow night because my granddaughter is graduating from CTC in Miamisburg. And we didn't mention, but it's exciting that Maddox Lang earned the gold rating, the highest possible rating from Step Up to Quality. That's significant. And then this last week, or a little bit over a week, I've been honored to be able to attend the middle school choir concert, the middle school band concert, the high school band concert, and the drama club presentation of Mamma Mia. Boy, do we have some talented students. Amazing, amazing. Finally, I want to express my sincere appreciation to our superintendent, Dr. Blessing, as she moves on to her new role. And she's a forward-thinking leader who has always put students first as her priority. And it has been my pleasure to work alongside you. And I'd also like to welcome Stacy as she joins our team. So we're looking forward to working with you.
All right, I just wanted to congratulate the retirees, and I wanted to thank Asosa and Madison for their first, they graduate, they were student board representatives. We have Andrew and Sophia for next year, along with Catherine and Kate. I know it's been a long meeting, but I did want to thank Dr. Blessing for her time here. This position is not for the faint of heart. Today's superintendents face a range of stressors: political pressures, budget constraints, accountability demands, staffing challenges, crisis and change management, work-life balance, legal and ethical issues, the physical health, mental health, and safety of staff and students, their own safety, physical health, and mental health, and communication overload. Pleasing 5 school board members and thousands of community members is no picnic. Dr. Blessing, you did all this with dignity, energy, grace, kindness, intelligence, understanding, and sometimes with a needed bit of gumption. It is an insurmountable job and will never be perfected by anyone, yet you came as close as anyone could. You led with empathy, enthusiasm, you empowered others, and you built strong relationships. You had a student-first focus, a data focus, and a human-centered approach. You were innovative, and you constructed a collaborative and transparent culture. Our community, families, and students have loved and appreciated you. And that was evident at a couple events recently where you received unexpected, sincere applause both nights. You will be sorely missed, and I wish you well.
I will be brief. Again, I would like to say congratulations to our retirements. I always say, and I'm one of them now, but anytime you go out on your own terms, you've had a successful career, and that's a lot of years to sacrifice, but they did a lot of sacrificing in those 642 years, so thank you to all of them. Again, I would like to congratulate all of our graduates. This is our time of the year where what we do is for kids, and it's the satisfaction of them walking across that stage and giving them the diploma that they deserve, that they've earned, and to be proud of them. So congratulations to all of them. Miss Molly, not only do you put time here at our board meetings, but I want to tell you that we appreciate you. You are a great representative of Montgomery County Joint Vocational School. I'm amazed at all the attributes that not only Miamisburg students, but the Montgomery County students get, and that's an amazing school, and thank you for your time and being our representative. Again, Andrew and Sophia, you put a lot of time in here. I'm proud, amazed, humbled for your growth over the time that you guys have been here. You guys have been great role models, great examples to our students. I thank you both. I went to the athletic awards ceremony last week. You find out about students that you don't know. Our Miss Okafor cleaned house a little bit at the award ceremony. So congratulations to her. Madison received an award. So it was nice. And then lastly, I would probably say thank you both for being here, Miss Stacy. Welcome aboard. Looking forward to working with you, whether I have years here left or months. The time that I do have, I look forward to working with you. And then I'll leave my last word as far as thank you, Laura. Wish you the best. Thank you for being here tonight. Enjoyed working with you while you were here. And if there's anything that you would like to say, I'll leave it to you. Or if you don't, I understand that too. But thank you for the service to not only us, but to the students of Miamisburg as well. So thank you.
I just want to know why Regina didn't order us dinner tonight. Right?
You fed us water.
I did. I got you.
Right.
I don't really have a whole lot to say. I'm not saying bye to Laura because I'm going to keep in touch with Laura. But you are one of the best parts that I get to experience here at Miamisburg. And welcome, Stacy. You guys have a great summer. We're still have 2 months of this left, so I don't know why I'm saying that. It's your turn, buddy. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, thanks to all the retirees, and hope they have a great life ahead of them. I'd like to welcome the 2 new board members, and I know that Ms. McGowan and Olgabor will be here next meeting. They had a lacrosse thing, so they will be here next. They'll be here next meeting so that we can recognize them and their service. Hope everybody has a great summer, and once again, graduation is my favorite thing, and I'm excited to do that on Saturday. And
You said have a great summer too. Like, we're not going anywhere.
well, the kids are going to be out of school next week, and I'm hoping that they have a great summer.
That's fine.
That's all I got.
Right.
Just a couple quick things. I think when you look tonight at the number of years that our retirees has, I think it speaks volumes about our community. It speaks volumes about our school district. It speaks volumes about what we value as educators in the district. So I've had an opportunity to work with all of them over the years, and It's a great group of individuals going. And believe it or not, a lot of them are interested in coming back and subbing and helping out. And, you know, they want to enjoy life a little bit first with retirement. But the fact that many of them, when I met with them, said, you know, I'd like to come back and do something or do some subbing, I think that tells us that, you know, we do good things here in Miamisburg in terms of that. And then Kate and Addie, we want to welcome them. Welcome them next month when they're here. But I know Andrea and Sophia, you're going to be great mentors to them as well. And I think, I know I've really appreciated, I'm really glad that the board made the decision to bring student reps on board. I think it really gives us a good insight and really down, you know, on the ground to really see what we need to focus on in terms of that. So, other than that, I think that's it. Graduation is my favorite day too, because it just makes me feel how older I'm getting, seeing them graduate. So, Andrew, I'll pass it on to you.
You know, winding down the school year here, I think it's like 5 or something days left. I got really lucky and I don't have to take any exams, so I'll be out Monday. Yeah, AP exams in tomorrow, and for Sophia and I, that's a big relief off our shoulders. Those are very hard tests, so that's nice. That kind of marks the real end of the school year once those are over. Sophia and I are we last week went to middle school and talked to some 8th graders. We plan to do it next week on Tuesday. We'll report back to that in June. Other than that, I mean, I'll see you guys all next month, but I hope everyone has a great start to the summer.
Like Andrew said, it's the end of the school year, so just thank you for everything you guys have done to get us through another successful school year. I want to say welcome to Miss Stacy. I'm very excited to work with you. And I want to say thank you to Dr. Blessing for everything you have done. Bringing student board reps has been really a great opportunity, and I really appreciate everything everyone has done for us. And I'm ready to go. So.
Oh, no. I mean, Katrina needs dinner, so we gotta go.
Understood.
We gotta go.
Do I have a motion to adjourn? So moved. Second. Roll call.
Wait, who seconded?
I second.
First.
Jason did.
By Jason.
Mrs. Getter?
Yes.
Mr. Mowry?
Yes.
Mrs. Meeks?
Yes.
Mr. Ansler?
Yes.
Mr. Daffler?
Yes.
7:58.
Ms. Divya, the first graduate.